Ba 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 ba.
Dun dun do 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 do.
Ba 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 ba.
Dun do do do.
Ba 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 ba.
Three guys and no bear are back to normal this week.
Bam.
And that was too many syllables. Here's Coach Crendor.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
No bear today because Halo came out. Halo stole him from us.
They stole our bear, and then we had Dan on last week. We had 5 people on this show.
We did. I know. We do. We gotta
Yeah.
outsource.
It was too much.
It's
It was a
downsizing.
lot, but it was good to like a special occasion type of thing.
Yeah, really ate into the budget.
Yeah. If we're out of money now, all the ad money we made on YouTube, it's gone.
Yeah, we spent it on not paying Hippo Nora and the guy who makes
Yeah.
the graphics on Twitter for us. So
By the way, thank you very much
that's all I wanted.
for your free labor. So we got a lot of things to talk about this week. I figured we open it up with something a little spicy.
Uh-oh.
The Ninja tweet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you forgot about that one. So for those who didn't know, Ninja made a tweet. Ninja, big Fortnite professional ninja. And so let me find this tweet. God, what a dumb tweet.
Yeah, not to lampshade it, but it is very dumb.
Oh, it's really dumb.
There's no defending it. I talked about it on my YouTube channel, and we had a couple of feeble attempts to try to defend it, and it's just asinine.
Yeah.
Just-
So God damn. Oh, I can't.
Because like the first tweet is not the bad. Is not like
Yeah.
the first tweet is bad. I mean that one's bad. Don't
Did he
get me wrong.
delete? I think he
It's
might have
really
deleted it.
stupid. But like, look, maybe he deleted it.
Yeah, I think he might have deleted it.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Oh wait, here
Yeah,
it is. Okay, so
He didn't delete it.
said, "I'll never understand how college and NFL football teams allow kickers that just ... miss ... kicks. I feel like there has to be a pool of kickers in the USA and that won't miss simple kicks, or snappers that won't mess the snaps. I don't know, man. It seems so silly, all caps. Would love opinions on this." So my favorite part is somebody said, "I'll never understand how pro Fortnite players just miss shots. I feel like there has to be pools of pro players who can just click on their heads and hit every shot with 100% accuracy. Just seems so silly." That tilted him beyond belief, and he said, "This is the shittiest reply ever. Fortnite requires movement, editing, building, rotating, and hitting shots. There are not positions in Fortnite. A kicker's job is literally to kick." Horrible analogy, kind of embarrassing.
That's
Like that
that's
just
the best part of it.
like
is
it
that
snapped
he-
something. Like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
dare you fucking say that?
The best part is that it ends with horrible analogy, kind of embarrassing. It's just like, oh, you are the king of missing irony. It is glorious.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing how simultaneously entitled and ignorant that Mew is on. Oh man, he's just the worst.
Who would have thought somebody that blew up this big on the internet would be entitled and full of themselves?
What I said was in my Isaac episode when I was talking about it, I said, yeah, I can't believe that everyone who steps up to the plate just doesn't hit a home run every single time, every single pitch. I mean, it just hit the ball out of the park every single time, forehead.
Just
That's
kick
like
the
all
ball.
you have to do.
Yeah, it's
Like-
or basketball. Just make the basket, forehead.
Yeah.
You're a professional
you know what?
basketball player.
Yeah, you're paid to make shots. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find someone out in the world who can make shots even if I didn't pay him.
You know what's hilarious is we all grew up hearing like everyone else tell us, "Oh, playing video games, that's not real sports. That's not real sports." And now we've come full circle where a video game player is saying that a kicker is not playing real sports. Like
Mhm.
it is amazing. It's amazing. It just really truly is.
So the other the other thing that I said was that besides the baseball analogy, I said that he's spoken like someone who has never actually like touched a football or played any sport. And someone in the replies of that thread from Ninja actually brought up something similar to that. He said, "Well, I mean, I played soccer for 18 years, but okay." It's like,
Yeah.
so
Cool,
you played
dude.
soccer. You played soccer. So did you kick a goal every single time you touched the ball?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, someone, and this is an exact comment from one of my videos on the video that I was talking about it. This guy, and I don't care if it's shade or whatever because it's stupid. So this guy says, it's not completely dumb to expect a professional to be able to have a near 100% success rate in a situation with very few variables. In baseball, there's an element of the thrower attempting to make you miss, so it's a skill matchup. At least with the kicks in American football, the situation is very similar each time, with a static ball and no one to prevent you from kicking.
So
Dude, so you've never seen American football then.
in reply to
Yeah.
that, I got a good response because
My reply was LOL, by the way.
a former, I believe it was a punter, Chris Cluey, on Twitter. Pretty much, somebody like told him like, "Hey, can you break down how it actually works now that you like were in the field of kicking professionally?" So, here's what you do. This is quote from him. What you're looking to do is recreate the exact same motion every time you hit the ball like a golf swing in order to get the consistency needed. Working against this are several factors. The first is that the human hip's natural movement is to kick across your body. When you're kicking, you need some torque and to generate power, but the ball is going to go where your hips are pointed at the moment of contact. So you can't torque too much, otherwise you're going to get, screwed over. Learning how to generate power with your leg snap and not your hips is issue 1. Second issue isn't really one that you can control, and that's the snap and hold. Good kicking units will have a rhythm, and if that rhythm gets disrupted, snap comes half a second late, holder fumbles the ball a tiny bit, now your motion changes to adjust. If your plant foot lands 2 inches too far in front of or behind the ball, that's a miss. If the holder spots it an inch either way off the spot, that's a miss. If the ball's still spinning because he tried to get the laces around, that's a miss. Long story short, it's a very precise operation involving multiple moving parts that you have 1.3 seconds at most to execute properly. Any longer than that, and your kick is blocked.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's people really don't get how much actually
The
goes
moment
into
was just too big.
field goal. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Like,
like,
booger.
yeah, like for real, like honestly, one of the most important things is what was said there, which is that the guy who holds the snap he is one of, if not the most fundamental parts to a kick being successful. It's not just about the kicker. Like,
Mhm.
if the laces are not towards the goalposts, the kick's not the ball's not going to go into the goalposts.
Mhm.
It's just not going to happen. Like, it's like such a technical and precise thing that kickers and punters work heavily in off seasons together, and that's why they keep a lot of those guys together for a long time, and the long snapper too, so that they can get the ball down in time in the exact right way as the kicker. So like a lot of times, even when kickers are missing kicks, everyone always blames entirely the kicker, but we really got to look at a lot of different other parts that affect that kick as well.
Yeah, plus there's the distance of the kick, the weather conditions, like is it windy,
Yeah.
is it raining? Like, so many things go into it. And then in addition to that, they don't get like second chances that often. Like when a receiver drops a pass, everyone's like, well, that sucks, and then you move
Yeah.
on and hope he catches the next one. When the kicker misses the kick, everyone's like, worst kicker of all time, he lost us the game. Like it's such a fickle position to be, because it's like you literally are kicking for your job, and that's another mental thing. Like, it's so mental. Like, I have to make this kick or I'm fired and I lose my job and possibly have to like give up my career.
It's people talking about kicking who've never played football before and not understanding everything that goes into it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course they would make every single kick that they set up if they just tried.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, saying we can all universally agree that saying that there's no factors or no variables in kicking in football is just demonstrably false.
I think another good analogy was Steve Nash, the former point guard, and they did a thing with him, and he would shoot like free throws, and he would make like nearly 100% of his free throws. But during his NBA career, he only shot like 90%. And they were like, why didn't you shoot 100%? And he was like, well, when you're tired and traveling across the country and your body's breaking down, it's harder to make free throws.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So
I posted a Reddit thread for my subreddit that just went up today. It says Ninja watching football after listening to Invictus roast. It's the perfect. I put it in the foos and ball.
All right,
It's the perfect Ninja face for bookending this conversation here.
I will link that in the links.
Yeah.
So overall, just a dumb tweet, and hopefully he
Yeah.
learned from it and appreciates
he's
kickers
rich.
a little more.
He's
But
rich. He doesn't.
he didn't care.
Yeah, he's rich. You don't have to care.
Yeah,
But
he
he's a
doesn't got
Lions
fucking
fan.
money.
What an idiot.
Sorry,
He's-
Dan.
I'm sure he's a fan of football entertainment. He's a big fan, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So-
especially when he plays a sport that's more complicated than football.
So yeah, it's just dumb.
Yeah, it's not-
Anyway, we had football games this week.
We did.
We'll start off with the Bears Lions. Speaking of Lions, man, if the Bears could just battle Detroit backup quarterbacks, they might be one of the best teams in the NFL. So,
It's good for one game a year, though. 'cause-
well, 2 at this rate.
yeah, that's true.
So Mitch Trubisky, 29 of 38, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. There you
Damn.
go, Mitch.
Yeah,
Trubs.
it's a good game. That's probably
Yeah.
his best game all year, right?
Probably was. Anthony Miller, 140 yards on 9 catches. That's pretty good. So yeah, and then the Lions, David Blau, 280
I don't
yards,
know.
2 TDs, and a pick as the third stringer. He actually
is
had a
pretty-
pretty good preseason as well. So I mean, I was looking at,
Might
Like-
be Bluff. Might be pronounced Bluff.
is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's,
Um,
excuse me, it's Scottish. It's bloch.
So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I was reading some of the things about him. They said his arm strength is his worst asset. So, I mean, if he can just become kind of that, if he can strengthen his arm or just become a little, better at other fundamentals of the game, he seems like he'd be a pretty solid backup quarterback, maybe even a starter one day, like a Brissett type of guy.
I'm watching the highlights right now. Motherfucker threw a 40-yard bomb
Yeah.
and hit the dude in stride.
He looked
perfectly. He didn't even have
pretty
to slow
good.
down. Yeah.
What was that sound that you made? It was like the Rob alarm. I need that for the 3 minutes. We are trying a 3-minute limit, by the way, for the matchup roundups today.
Yeah.
Because Rob has to go for stuff.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just plus we don't want the show to go 8 hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pretty solid game. Bears win. They're still in the playoff hunt, but probably not going to make the playoffs because they're still the Bears. Their offense is still bad, and they're multiple games behind the Vikings and the Packers at this point.
Yeah.
And they lost to the Rams, who are another wild card team they're going up against. So, it's probably, and they play the Chiefs still, which is
The Bears had a total of 300 plus yards for only the 3rd time this season.
Yeah.
That's not how you win football games, guys. Except if you're going up against the Lions, I guess.
I gotta say though, big fan of the Lions' all gray uniforms.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
yeah. I like when
Yeah.
they bust out the silver. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It reminds me of Barry.
So then we had the Buffalo Bills taking down the Dallas Cowboys, as I
Ooh.
predicted, of course.
Yep. Coach
think-
Krendor was on point for the predictions, which is amazing considering that he's back in first now by 1 game.
I am at the top again.
And excuse me, I actually was tied with the best record last week as well.
You were.
I'll have you know.
You're actually very close to Sinvicta now, and me.
I am.
But,
Yeah.
So I'm 121, 82 and 2. Sinvicta's 121, 83 and 1, and Rob's 120, 84 and 1.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come down the stretch here, and then Bear is
Getting there, boys.
participating. And then Dan tried, but honestly, for just throwing some picks in there, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, mean, he threw it out there real quick.
He
you know?
locked the team that he didn't pick to win. So any opinion of Dan's picks are just null and void at this point.
I mean, that's a classic Dan strategy. By the way, I think have the Cowboys played the Dolphins yet this year?
I feel like they have.
Because if they haven't, they are 0-3 against the AFC East this year.
They.
I'll
They
find
did.
that out for.
They did. They won 31-6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, that was one where it was close at halftime, and then they won by a lot.
Okay.
So Dak Prescott 355, 2 TDs, a pick. Ezekiel Elliott 71 yards. Mari
I'm
Cooper
sure
85.
this loss will project them right back into the top 10.
They're
Excuse me,
still
Rob.
winning the NFC East.
They will land where they're supposed to land, precisely where they're landing. Ezekiel Elliott became the third Cowboys player with 5,000 plus career rushing yards and 1,500 career reception yards, behind only Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett. So that's pretty elite company
Yeah,
in
that's
terms of
wild.
like Dallas company.
Yeah.
For Ez.
I mean, Zeke's real good.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
good.
Zeke is good.
Yeah.
Except
Josh Allen continuing to impress, I think.
I feel like he only ran the ball 12 times. He was averaging almost 6 yards a carry. It feels like they should have ran more at that rate.
Oh, yeah.
The Cowboys are 0-6 when trailing at halftime, where the Bills are 8-0 when scoring 17 points or more this season.
That's because
The
they don't usually score more than 17 points, and their defense only gives up like 20.
Yeah.
So
The Bills are the team that like you don't expect them to win because they've been historically bad
Mhm.
most of the seasons. But like, don't look now; they're looking like they may be like close to the very top.
if they beat the
I'm telling ya.
Patriots, they could take the 1 seed.
The way that the Patriots played against the Texans, I could see them winning.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, like that defense is no fucking joke. And here's the thing: when you get into the tournament, it's any given Sunday,
Mhm.
and I gotta tell you, when you're in there, that's when defense starts mattering, like a lot more than the regular season usually
Mhm.
does. So they could go farther than people expect for sure.
Especially in the playoff, like guys are just amped up. Like you're putting it all on the line. Like week 7, you might like be like, all right, I took him down. Week like playoff week, you're like, oh, like fucking smashing into him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We're at 3 minutes.
well-
I need to get a sound effect or something.
Oh, we got a bear.
oh, we got a bear. He's done
We
playing
got a
Halo.
bear.
We
Here
got
I am. Yep.
Yeah.
How was Halo?
Halo,
All right.
man! It's so good! It's so fun! I love it.
Well, that's good. Anyway, Cole Beasley, 110 yards, a touchdown. Devin Singletary, pretty well. Josh Allen, 231 yards and a touchdown. 19-24. Josh Allen starting to come into it as well. So that could be
Yeah.
the deciding factor.
Josh
down
Allen's
He
there.
starting to
hurdled a man.
Yeah. I still
He's coming at the gym. He's coming at the home.
listen. All right, I locked the Bills that 1 week to beat the Patriots. They almost did it. All right,
Yeah.
now
I expect they can beat him the second time. It's a
they at
possibility.
this point in the season, they almost feel like a better version of the Patriots.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah.
They already played them twice, first of all.
Oh, did they?
No,
Yeah.
they didn't.
All right.
No, they did.
No, they didn't. You're
What are you
crazy.
checking out?
I'm pretty sure they haven't.
You're
played
right.
him twice
Okay,
yet.
no, yep. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth there. They have not played them twice.
Yeah. It's because the Patriots play the Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, and Dolphins, and now the Dolphins look
yeah.
like a. I don't know what happened there.
I got the Jets and the
We're-
Bills confused.
We're way over 3 minutes.
All right, so we move on to the Saints Falcons. As we said earlier, Dan picked the Falcons and locked the Saints. So an interesting choice of pick'em strategies there.
Yeah.
So we had the biggest thing out of this game was what's his name? The Falcon kicker Young Ho Koo made 3 onside kicks like in a row.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before.
That was insane. And if like they had a
And
good
that's-
team, they could have won that game.
And so here's the thing: that's not even just like that's odd in any year. It's really fucking odd in this year
Mhm.
because before that, like I think only 2 onside kicks have been successful all year.
Yeah.
So like he got 3 in a row. He like literally doubled it +1
Yeah.
in a single game. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah. So crazy stuff. Honestly, that guy, I would get him just to do onside kicks like that's at this point.
Man, that's going to become the next specialty position in the NFL. Dudes who are just super good at onside kicks.
Yeah, you just keep getting the ball over and over.
I really hope that they look back into the Schiano proposal over the summer and actually, do it, because
Yeah.
it would be so. I don't know, like does everyone in the call know what that is?
So like you get a 4th and 15 to try and get the ball back or something.
Yeah, like 4th
Yeah,
and 15.
I remember it
between
vaguely.
4th
Yeah.
and 25.
You might as well explain it briefly for the people that
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, so basically instead of doing like kickoff, which is just one of the highest injury plays in the league, and there's really not a good way to fix it injury wise, because even moving it back doesn't really do anything. So that's one of the highest plays. It's usually not that exciting. You don't get a lot of kick returns for touchdowns. So what the Schiano proposal suggests is that on situations in which you're going to be doing a kickoff, except for like in the beginning of the game or the half or whatever, I guess, you would instead have a like 4th and 15 or somewhere in that range of like 4th and 15 or 4th and like 25 or something, so that you could punt it, because punts are actually lower on the injury rate. Or you could actually go for it. You could try to get that 4th and 15 or 25 or whatever, which has like pretty close to the same success rate as onside kicks in previous years. And you could shorten the distance and make it a little bit even more a higher chance of success. And we're talking about like a 25% chance of success in the first 3 quarters. And in the 4th quarter, when everybody expects that people are going for it on 4th down, like 4th and longs go down to like 1 to 2% success rate.
Yeah.
So it's already going to be a low success rate, but it would be more exciting. At least let the offense go out there and try to do something,
Yeah, and they could even like craft up like special plays, like the old trickaroo, like who knows? It would be fun.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan was sacked 9 times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that also happened.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
As soon as they got that second onside kick and then the third one subsequently, I knew that it was like, okay, well the game is still over, because Matt Ryan is just getting stuffed every single time he touches the ball. The thing is, the Saints D line is not even that great. They're not like the Patriots defense for the first like 10 games of the season this season. Like they were all over him. Matt Ryan could not. He would do it like a 2-step drop and instantly be like counted and rushed every single play almost.
Yeah. Cameron Jordan had 4 sacks. 4 sacks. And then Marcus Davenport had 2. By the way, Cameron Jordan, 30 years old. And
He's like
wow.
practically dead.
He's practically the same age as me. He was born 9 days before me.
Oh,
Same
wow.
year. I like this guy.
Hey, there you go.
We share a bond, though.
Yeah.
So that was that game. Falcons, we figured they lose, but honestly, it was close because of the onside kicks.
Yeah.
It was exciting to watch at the end, the very, very end.
Yeah. Then the Titans beat the Colts, as I predicted. I'm going to keep saying that. Ryan Tannehill continuing his Tannehill thing. 182
How
yards,
weird.
2 touchdowns.
As soon as he leaves Adam Gase. Oh, weird. He's having a breakout year. How strange is that?
Tennessee almost reminds me of like a Bears situation where they're like, come on, we just need like a quarterback that isn't bad. And he's like, hey, I'm pretty all right. And they're like, dude, this guy's amazing. He's pretty all right. Like, he doesn't make mistakes. He gets, completions when we need him. And Derrick Henry runs for 149 yards and a touchdown.
Derrick Henry looked unstoppable this week.
He is a beast. And then their defense.
That's their power, right? Like that's the power of the
it's the run down their throat and then play defense.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I hate that type of team. I hope I never see that on the Jets again.
So they on the other side, Jacoby Brissett, 319, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, and not much running. Jordan Wilkins leading them at 47 yards on 11 carries.
What happened to Marlon Mack? Is he injured?
I believe
He's been injured for a couple weeks. Jonathan Williams had a really big week last week, but he just was nothing this week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's looking like the Titans are still fighting for the division. They're only a game back of the Texans, and they play the Texans twice in these last 4 games.
Oh,
So-
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's gonna
big games.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
huge games. So
Those
yeah.
are also considered rivalry games for a number of reasons, namely because of the Oilers back in the day. And
Oh
then
yeah, that's right.
becoming the Titans, and then also a divisional opponent now. So it's like,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Of course the Texans. I didn't think that they were that good either to beat the Patriots, and they made the Patriots look real bad.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that game though.
We'll get
Bear,
to that
don't worry.
game. So here
Yeah.
we had the game of the week, 49ers Ravens, and it actually was the
Dude.
game of the week.
Such a
of
good
the week.
game.
That was a
Yeah.
great game. Yeah.
One of the best games of football I've seen all year. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And like we were all right on that. Like if there was anybody that would have figured it out to some degree this year, it was like the Niners.
Mhm.
In this game, right? Like before the playoffs, and it was really fucking close.
If the 49ers had been able to put together anything on offense, especially off the back of fucking Mostert's insane night, like they really should have won this game. They had time of possession, I'm pretty sure, by a fairly significant margin, and they were containing Lamar Jackson all night. To hold these Ravens to 20 points is a miracle. This
Yeah.
year.
The time of possession, Baltimore 32 minutes 26 seconds. The 49ers 27 minutes 34 seconds.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Oh.
It's
Do
hard.
you have
like,
the breakdown by half? Just out of curiosity.
I do not know.
Okay, well, whatever.
That's hold on, I might be able to search that. But also like that's part of the thing is like so difficult is that like with their team, with the way that their scheme is, they're running all the time. So the defense is getting like tired as fuck, and
Yeah.
they're draining clock constantly. But they're
Yeah.
still like making huge gains down the field. It's not like it's not at all normal. It's no one else can do this.
Well,
Yeah.
both teams were doing that this game too. They kind
That's
of read
true,
each
yeah.
other's playbook a bit and were playing to each other's strengths and
Mm.
doing it well. And then the 49ers, like I said, just like weren't able to capitalize.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what's weird is like I think literally a year ago we had that big Kansas City LA game, and it was like 53 to 52, and we were like, guys, is like the running game dead? Is it just all passing now? And now it's like the exact opposite, which is kind of insane.
That's why I was very not on the ship of is the running game dead.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just like
Is
come on.
defense over?
Yeah.
Like
This-
the thing that this game proved to me was that the Niners are for real, because we already knew that the Ravens were good, but the Niners still they felt like they've had kind of the strength of schedule advantage. I mean, they've beaten some good teams, of course, but the Ravens was really going to be, in my opinion, the season test this year, and
Yeah.
it proved that both teams are real good. I mean, possible Super Bowl preview, we're not sure yet.
It is
But-
possible.
They made Lamar look human, which I say on top of him having rushed for 100 yards.
101 yards.
Yeah, so like he still did his thing. But
Yeah.
in the second half, especially, they were keeping him in the pocket almost every play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that like even though they kept him in the pocket, like even this is like not even that great of a game for him, and he still threw for 100 yards and a touchdown.
yeah.
Like
The biggest thing
like,
was they like when he ran, they hit him. Like they hit him hard.
Yeah.
So if you start
mean-
like one of those shots can be like a shoulder injury, like you never know.
yeah.
I actually take my previous comment back. They haven't played too many good teams. The only notable good team that the Niners have played up to this point, if you don't count the Rams, was the Seahawks, which they actually lost to, of course, in Week 10, 27-24. But other than that, that's again the reason why I said that I feel I was not convinced until the Ravens game that the Niners were actually legit, was because they played almost nobody's outside of the Packers, the Seahawks, and arguably the Rams. The other teams they've beaten, or the Bucks, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns, the Redskins, the Panthers, and then the Cardinals twice. So,
Yeah.
Not exactly a telling story, but now that they've almost beaten the Ravens, I can see them playing again, in the Super Bowl. It could happen. You never know, man.
Yeah. What's the thing with the
definitely
playoffs is like every year everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the team that does it. And then
Playoffs.
you never know. Playoff. Playoff.
We're at 4 minutes, by the way.
All right. So, yeah.
Well, I
that
mean,
was-
this is a
good game.
too, you know.
Yeah, that was a good game.
It was,
This is a good one.
and then
The Niners are like the only team with the defensive talent, I think, to do it. Rob was pointing this out. How they
Yeah.
have, like, or no, Krendor, you were saying it. How they have like 5 first-round picks on the.
oh yeah, they
defense.
have 'cause
Yeah,
they can
yeah.
run 4 guys. This is what the old how was it? It was like the Viking. A lot of teams. I know the old Vikings used to do it. The old what are they called? The Bears. I think like the Buccaneers maybe did 4 down when they played Tampa too. But it was
Yeah.
like you could just rush 4 and then just play like normally. Like you don't have to
It's
blitz
what-
and you still get pressure and it's hard to beat.
It's the defense that won the Super Bowl for us.
Yeah,
It really dominated that entire year.
'Cause
the
when
Bucs
you-
defense that year was unstoppable.
because when you don't have to pressure with blitzing, you just keep your guys back, so it creates an even harder, area for the quarterback to throw into. And then you're still getting sacked, and it just starts frustrating everyone. It was like, well, yeah, what do we do? I guess we block more, and then nobody's open, and it's just, it's not good.
Well, let's
Turn to
move on
Kramer,
to.
what do we do?
Well, what do you
We can
do?
move on to this first edition of this week's What the Fuck.
All right, let's move. Oh, by the way, speaking of kickers, Justin Tucker kicked it like 50 yards in the rain or whatever. So
Yeah, dude. I mean, this game was a perfect example of how important good kickers and good special
Yeah.
teams is, right?
And
yeah,
It's
just make every kick forehead.
yeah, just
well, I
be
mean, Justin Tucker is like really, really, really fucking good. Like,
Yeah, like Hall
only
of
missed,
Fame.
Like, yeah, he's only missed like twice or something, right? Like in his
Yeah,
career.
he's-
like, some
Well, not in his
ridiculous-
career.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
He's really
well, it's-
accurate.
He'd
and
be the best
honestly,
kicker
it's-
of all time.
It is something close to that, which is insane. Like he's got a crazy.
I'd be curious about it. My buddy is a hardcore Ravens fan, and one of the only jerseys he has is of Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
This season
funny as
alone,
hell.
he's only missed 1.
Yeah.
23 kicks, 22 of 23. Oh,
Yeah,
here we
it's
go. He's
insane.
got his first year, 2012, 8 of 8. Then he was 9 of 9. Then he was. Oh, hold on. This is from different. Okay, don't listen. Here we go. So, 30 of 33,
Oh my God.
38 of 41, 29 of 34, 33 of 40, 38 of 39 in 2016.
That's nuts.
34 of 37, 35 of 39, and then 22 of 23, which is all like really
Yeah,
Those
good.
are all incredible years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Hall of Fame
Yeah.
level. Like it's insane. He's like one of the greatest.
By the way,
kickers of
the
all
year
time.
he made 38 of 39, 10 of those kicks were over 50 yards.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing with him, right? Is that it's not just that he's money on hitting them. He also has a fucking leg like a cannon.
Mhm.
Like he actually brags about he hits 80-yard field goals in practice, and he has been for years begging John Harbaugh for like
To let him
Just-
do it.
yeah, just let me kick an 80-yarder, dude. Like, come on, it would be so. You know.
It'd be so funny.
Yeah, it really would, honestly.
Apparently, he also wanted the game winner to be longer, from what he was saying.
Yeah. Can you imagine though, like if there was a guy that could hit 80-yarders consistently? Because you
Oh,
just
yeah.
get touchbacks on kickoffs and be like, yeah, I'll just kick a field goal. Just first down, fuck it, why not? Yeah, kick it to you guys. Oh, kick another field goal, why not? Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, that'd actually be really fun. I'd want to watch that. Anyway, the Bengals beat the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm never ever doing that again.
I told you guys that you should expect this last week. I said this. This is actually now, in case anyone hasn't been keeping track, because I have. This is now the 3rd team in 2 years that the Jets have lost to that were winless.
Huh.
3rd winless team that we have given their first win, and in the Bengals' case, entirely possible their only win. So that's great. And like the past couple of weeks, like I was saying, Gase's play calling was better, like in the other games that we were winning, but in this game where we were losing, yet again, fucking genius Gase is showing off his big fucking big brain there. because the Bengals, for instance, have allowed a league-high 633 rushing yards directed left end or right end outside the tackles, yielding 6.7 yards per carry on those runs. That is the second worst in the league. You know, Big Brain Gase, Coach Goodbrain.
Yeah.
You know what he decided to do in yesterday's Bengals game?
What did he decide to do, Rob?
We didn't run outside the tackles even one fucking time. Not even once. It's just like I hate being
Well,
a fan of this team.
Luckily for you, Adam Gase skipped Thanksgiving with his family to draw up the masterful game plan.
Yeah.
that,
I'm so fucking glad he did, man. Yeah, like we had coming off that 3-game winning streak, and we knew that our hardest opponent coming up was the Cincinnati fucking Bengals. We knew going in, but
Well, lucky for the Jets, you have a new NFL record, Rob. Get ready for this one.
Oh boy.
Your Jets, Rob's New York Jets. The Jets are the first team in NFL history to lose to two teams 0-7 or worse entering a matchup in the same season.
Yeah.
Congrats, Rob.
Wow.
So well done. Good job. There you go.
Good stuff.
Gase,
Yeah.
Gase is in the record book.
Can you imagine?
You know what's great is he's guaranteed to be our coach next year. Hooray!
That just sounded like one of those like clown things. You open it up, it's like hooray!
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know what I'm talking about. I just picture a clown like popping out with confetti,
Yeah,
which
isn't
really
that
is
Jack in the Box?
the Jack in the Box. That's the thing.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
then you just need
Yeah,
Adam
it's-
Gase to pop out. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm here
I was
again.
gonna say it's just literally Adam Gase in a cake. There you go.
Yeah.
Case in a case.
And
Oh,
his-
that's
and
great.
his eyes are really wide open.
Yeah, this is after smoking a whole bowl of crack.
Which, can you imagine, like, telling your family, like, sorry, guys, I gotta work, can't have Thanksgiving, and then having this? They'd be like, what did you do? Like,
Smoked a whole bowl of crack. You just
Yeah, I mean,
did a bunch
Yeah.
of lines, dude.
So, yeah, it's Sam Darnold, 239 yards. Le'Veon
Yeah.
Bell.
fucking 50 times, dude.
Yeah, no, one of the worst rush defenses in the league, and let's just have Sam Darnold throw 50 times. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's,
you don't want to wear out that rotator cuff too much, though, Rob. He could have gone for 60.
Yeah, you never know.
It's like I can't take anyone defending this man anymore because like it's been happening. I guarantee. I'll tell you, it's been happening all over the Jets subreddit, and it's definitely been happening in like ESPN comments. Cynical.
Oh, don't go there. What are you doing?
Oh, no.
But
The
like,
Bengals defense, it's been exactly 1,099 days since the last time the Bengals defense recorded their safety, which dates back to Week 12 in 2016.
Yep.
So,
And that
There's so
was
many stats.
and they got a safety because of holding in the end zone, by the way, which was great.
Oh, that's a
Yep.
fun
And-
thing.
Yeah, no, so that's always it's always good. We had like a shitload of penalties. It wasn't rigged at all. It was our players playing like garbage. Like it was just like there was just a bunch of penalties. And you know what? Honestly, I don't even really blame the players because the fault is again on Adam fucking Gase for not preparing for an 0-11 team.
They really should have, because the Jets have not beaten Cincinnati in Cincinnati since 1997.
What the
Yeah.
shit?
So, Bill Belichick was the Jets defensive coordinator, and Bill Parcells was the head coach.
Oh, my
that
God.
There's a
time.
throw.
Yeah,
Listen,
that was the last
uh,
time they won in Cincy. So
Bill Parcells, the
yeah.
one who's like, your record is your record, which is not actually true.
Yeah.
Because you can beat the Dolphins and feel like you're good.
yeah.
Or
Or you can be the Dolphins and beat someone and feel like
yeah, exactly. So take
like the
that, Bill
Jets.
Parcells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good old Jets. Yeah.
we're way over 3 minutes, by the way. But
All right,
Can't wait for our defensive linemen in the coming draft. It's good.
Let's speed run Brown Steelers. 'cause
All right.
This is just a humiliating
Brown
defeat.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers beat the Browns. Browns were actually up for a bit, and then they fell behind, and they never looked back. Baker Mayfield hurt his hand. Nick Chubb did okay. And
yeah, Kitchens came out the day before with like a
Yep.
I stand with it. Yeah, it's just like
it's you know,
Lose because of the shirt.
I
That's
feel
exactly
like
what they said.
they could just they feel like they just need a real coach, you know?
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
all they need. And now they can probably get one. Like they can win games now, which is a positive.
They have 5 wins on the year.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of we shit on the Browns because
is
it's
a record.
funny, but like
Mhm.
yeah, this is incredible for them.
It's a good. I mean, like who knows? Maybe Freddie Kitchens needs 2 years to get into the swing of things. But I mean, we know that they're talented as hell. They just need to get going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jarvis
and it-
is like the only part of the offense that's consistent so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy because OBJ is like there.
He's OBJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And their defense is okay. Nick Chubb actually, very good. Nick Chubb actually I think has the most rushing yards in football.
Yeah,
Really?
he's been killing it this
Yeah,
year.
he has 1175. He's ahead of McCaffrey, Henry, Jacobs, and Cook and Elliott.
Yeah,
That's a fucking crowded top 5, dude.
Yeah, so you
And Nick
think
Chubb,
you'd
he
run
wasn't-
like more than 16 times with him as
And
and
it's a
he's
close game too.
He's yeah, it was Nick Chubb too is he's 2nd round pick too, so he's
Yeah.
not even like
I mean, the Steelers are 2 games. They're 2 very close games from being very good in this year.
yeah.
Like they're like it's hard. It's easy to say that the Steelers aren't really all that great if you look at the wins, but if you look at their losses, and again, this is kind of going what Coach was talking about. Your record. It's not. It's really not. The only blowout loss that they suffered was Week 1 against the Patriots.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
33-3. Other than that, notable teams that the Steelers almost beat: the Seahawks, the 49ers, the Ravens. They only lost by a field goal. And the well, they lost to the Browns, but it was
Dude.
they almost beat really good teams.
Yeah.
And a couple injuries like
Well,
preventing
and
that.
yeah, like that's with they're 7-5 with what, like 3 or 4 QBs this year? Like
Yeah.
that's
I got-
crazy.
There's no chance I gotta let this hype train even leave the station. They are starting a 3rd string quarterback, and they have like nothing. They have got no talent on that team right now.
Well, there's no
Juju
hype
is, like,
train.
having
That's
issues.
why I said that they're a couple injuries away from being actually good. They're
Yeah.
still not gonna go much. They have a pretty soft schedule. Well, they have 2 games. They have 2 games against easy teams and 2 games against probably going to be guaranteed loss teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any other season where the Steelers don't suffer so many injuries, like I think that Roethlisberger is almost done, if not already.
Oh
done.
yeah. They need a
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah, and his time is to move on has officially arrived. But the Steelers, if they can maintain personnel going into next season, might be pretty tough. Pretty
Yeah.
tough.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could be a trap team in like the playoffs if they do make it in because their defense is just really good.
I mean, Tomlin is a great coach, one of the best in the league, straight
Yeah.
up. I think this is more than anything else. This is like a statement year for him. Is just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. We lost like Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger went out. Like, whatever. We're still
Yeah.
7-5. Like, it's just like he's one of the
They're
best.
still in the playoff hunt. Yeah.
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 And they're I believe they're tied with the Titans right now. So
And
that's
they
like
beat
they're
the Colts earlier this year too. So.
yeah, and they beat the Colts. So we'll
All right.
see.
Speed run.
Sorry,
All
sorry, we
right.
didn't speed run through it there.
Sorry.
Barry.
Yeah.
We're
I
at 3
added
minutes
to it,
and
it's
55
fine.
seconds.
Dolphins beat the Eagles.
Wow. The Dolphins scored 37 points,
Dude.
dude.
37.
I left Devontae Parker on the bench, but it doesn't matter because I made the playoffs anyway.
Now
By
you're
the way-
playing against me, and you're
Yeah.
gonna lose.
And I'm gonna play Devontae Parker. He's gonna get big time yards.
Aaron Rodgers is playing against the Redskins, so
But I have Devontae Adams, so it equals out.
no, he's not gonna pass to Devontae Adams.
Okay. That's what you think. That's our entire offensive wide receiver core. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, 27 of 39, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. As he
Fitz
continues
magic.
to just Fitz magic everyone. It's insane.
He's like he's like a Super Bowl. You bounce it a couple times in a room, and sometimes just it randomly catches air.
You know, now that he's not on my team, I can comfortably say that I just unabashedly love this man. I love Ryan Fitzpatrick. He is such a confusing entity. Like, he doesn't make any sense, and it's great.
I don't know if you guys saw the trick play.
Yeah,
I was just about to
one of the
mention it,
best I've
actually.
ever seen.
Yeah,
So
it
Fucking
so
phenomenal, dude.
they lined up in a weird ass formation, snapped the ball to the kicker, and punter kicker,
To the
and
punter.
To the
and then
punter.
he passed it. He like flipped it as he like faked the run to the kicker in the end zone. The kicker caught a touchdown for the first time in like forever.
The most baffling part of it all to me is that with the way they lined up, they only had one guy guarding the punter off the snap. If they had one more dude come off either side and had
Yeah.
three rushing, that's all they needed because
Yeah.
they would have had no time.
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah. I mean, like that's the thing, right? Is that we saw that in the you guys remember that
The
old Colts game?
Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was just about to reference. They did the successful version of this, but the only difference was the Patriots didn't fucking send two dudes up the middle for no reason.
Yeah, it is very strange. And that guy that they sent up the middle, like he
Well, they
backed
did-
off immediately.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say they didn't even send him really. He was just like backing up and playing like he
yeah,
was
they
doing man
weren't
coverage.
prepared for that. That's
No,
the
yeah, it
difference.
just threw him off.
They were confused. But it was perfectly executed by the Dolphins though. It's not.
Yeah.
Let's give
Yeah.
credit where credit's due. That was
Definitely, yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
execution.
I do love the flip pass too. It's just
Yeah,
so-
it just adds
The little
to it.
flick, yeah, it's so good. The end over end flick is
Yeah.
beautiful.
So it was crazy. Jason Sanders, 1-for-1 field goals, 51-yarder, and caught a touchdown.
Yeah. And Carson Wentz should mention for the Eagles anyway, a bright spot. Carson Wentz now has he's tied for the longest active streak for a touchdown in 15 consecutive games. So
Well,
congrats to
another,
Carson.
Another bright spot for the Eagles. They're somehow still in the playoff hunt at 5-7.
Yep.
Only a game back.
Yep.
So that's a thing.
Good old
good-
NFC.
good division.
East. Yeah, that's a
Yep.
quality division there.
Speak-
But you know what's hilarious is that like when they get in, there's a good chance they'll make it all the way
Oh yeah.
because that happens all the fucking time with them.
Yep. It's yeah, you get in and you don't know what's gonna happen. Ball might bounce your way. Crazy shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ding.
So next up, we had the Redskins beating the Panthers somehow, and Ron Rivera has been fired.
Yep.
And I
That's-
think I would also fire him after losing to the Redskins.
Boy, I sure wish the Jets had the same kind of ownership that would fire someone after a series of embarrassing losses. That'd be great.
I mean, the Christian McCaffrey's got shut down by just suffocating defense.
Yeah.
McCaffrey was 14 carries for only 44 yards. No score.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
is wild.
the Redskins figured out the Panthers. Congrats.
The Dwayne Haskins.
What a
Look at
weird
Christian
sentence.
McCaffrey. Yeah.
Yeah. The 58 yards receiving and 44 yards running. Kyle Allen didn't do too bad. He did okay. In fact, they were up 14-3, which is the crazy
Yeah.
part. But Darius Geis, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Adrian Peterson, 99 yards and a touchdown. So they just ran and ran
Yeah,
and
the
ran.
committee backfield, dude, and then Dwayne Haskins. I think. Well, no, he only had 4 carries for a few yards, but still, like he did well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
I
game.
mean, I don't get what the Panthers did. Like, you would think, right? 'Cause you would just stack the box. In fact, double stack. Like, just throw 9 guys in the box and just let Dwayne Haskins throw it because he went 13 of 25 for 147 yards. Like, he's not going to beat you passing the ball. So just let him throw it.
Yeah.
Like, just I'm confused, man. Fuck, so many weeks or so many games this week just didn't make sense in the way that the teams approached them for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, I think like the Jets did not prepare for the Bengals very well. The Eagles didn't prepare for the
Not at all,
Dolphins
yeah.
very well. The Redskins were obviously well prepared for the Panthers. And what the fuck?
Yeah.
I learned not to pick the same picks that Bear picks.
That should have been relevant from week 3, I think, for this season.
Well, speaking of shitty teams, thank God we prepared for the Giants because we beat them 31-13.
There you go. Yeah, someone did their homework.
Yeah, somebody did. Thank God.
It
After that,
turns out you have to prepare just as hard for shitty teams as you do
Because they're still NFL teams.
Crazy.
Weird.
Excuse me, Rob.
I wish the
Adam
coaches
Gase
knew
went
that.
home for Thanksgiving to prepare. He skipped his dinner. Okay.
Talk to us about Daniel Jones with 3 picks,
yes.
dude.
Oh man, if we could just play the Giants every week, I would be so happy. So first up, it was snowing for like the first half of the game, so it was kind of wonky out there. Rodgers still was like, he had like a 40-yard pass to Lazard. He had like another big pass to Adams. He's still making some big time plays out there. We couldn't really get any running game going. Giants actually had a pretty solid run defense. Then it's slick out there. You can't really cut. But luckily, Daniel Jones, not great at decision making, is what I've learned. Because he would here's the thing. He would make a really good throw, and I'd be like, damn, that's like a really good throw. And then he would just throw it like straight to our guy. And I was like, oh, we got the ball now. Like, like, all right. And then the next play, he would just like overthrow the guy, and then Tramon Williams picked him off. And then on one, he like, it was a terrible throw. He like missed the guy by, I want to say, at least 3 feet. And it went like soaring right to Savage in our safety. And the announcer was like, was he just throwing that ball to Savage, or was he trying to hit a wide receiver? And I was like, I don't know either. It was, and then Barkley had 83 yards and 19 carries. I mean, we did a good enough job containing him. We got a decent amount of sacks, actually. Actually, did we? Wait, did we not? No, we had 3 picks. I thought we had a sack. Zadarius Smith had what I thought was a sack, but I think he like fumbled it or something. Either way, it was close up until the second half where we just kind of overpowered them, and then we won. So after that shitty ass 49er game, it felt great to actually win again. Also, we had one play where Rodgers audibled to throw to Mercedes Lewis, the tight end. And his nickname's Big Dog, and he literally, before the play, he's like, Big Dog, Big Dog, Big Dog. And so he's like telling them, I'm going to throw to him, and then he threw to him, and they scored. He also had an insane throw where he was like getting hit, falling backwards on 4th down, and like sidearmed it, and it was like right to our wide receiver. Like it was really nice.
He had a couple of really great throws in that game, actually.
Yeah,
because there were a couple where he was just like under duress and still hitting shots.
Yeah, and that's the Rodgers we need if we're gonna beat any of these NFC teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Packers are 3-0 after a loss this season, by the way.
Yeah, so at least our coach can correct mistakes and prepare for the next game. So that's nice. I like having that as a thing. So the big,
like Casey.
the biggest thing I've noticed is people are starting to find out that Aaron Jones like runs our offense. So they stop Aaron Jones, but now we go back to Adams. So then when they try to stop Adams, we go back to Jones. It's just a matter of like figuring out what's working. But now Lazard's starting to get going. So it's like we gotta get some more guys going, and then I think we'll be okay. And the defense is all right. But either way, it was a good win.
I just watched one of the Giants plays where it was like a play action, but like I don't know whose fault it was.
Yeah,
but like he just looked the wrong way.
I believe it was Daniel Jones' fault because he was supposed to like play action the one way, and then he like ran the other way, and he was just like, "Wait, I think I did it wrong," and he just like falls down.
Yeah.
So it was a classic. Like, thank God we played a rookie quarterback, and now we get to play Haskins. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Because this is like, if you're here's what gives me hope with the Packers. Like, even though we got shit on by the 49ers, like if you're a good team, at least you rebound and you're like, all right, let's just, go crush the next game and like try to get hot again and figure out what we did wrong. Instead of like, now we lost to the Giants. And it just gets worse.
We're way over 3 minutes, by the way.
All right. Well, that was that game. I'm happy we're now 9-3 and first place again. Buccaneers beat the Jaguars.
Yay.
I saw the score. I was like, dude, 20-something points? How many points did Jameis Winston get me this week? 7. 7 points.
Yep.
So he 268 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So at least he didn't throw any interceptions.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Say that again.
New record.
Yeah.
Well, don't be too proud of that, Coach, because Jameis Winston, since 2015, has 101 giveaways. The next closest person, just to show you how like historically terrible that is Philip Rivers at 82. So, and Jameis Winston's been
Huh.
playing far less football than Philip Rivers
Hey, well,
has.
guess what? This year, Jameis Winston, 20 interceptions. Philip Rivers, number 2 with 15. There they are again.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They're consistent
20.
at least.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
So the Bucks, I mean, looking like the Florida world beaters that they are, they definitely did stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone praising Jameis for not throwing an interception. Congrats, you're not supposed to, so you don't get the cookie from me.
I've heard as much, yeah.
And the Bucks are
5
a
and 7.
football team
Look at
that
that.
exists.
Sweet, move on.
By the way, I just want to make it clear.
Bench Nick Foles.
I'm going to be starting Jameis Winston for our fantasy football playoff game, and if I
Oh
win,
my God.
Oh, my lord.
I'll buy a Jameis Winston jersey. I won't do that.
Yeah.
And what? Send it to me.
I'll send it to you.
If you,
I
if
wouldn't
you
do that, 'cause
I
that'd
will
be a
take a
waste of-
video. I will make a video of me burning it in the backyard.
That might be worth it then.
Did Nick Foles get benched or did he?
He did get
injured?
benched. He
Yeah,
got benched for the Minshew mania. Everybody was
Yeah.
very upset Minshew wasn't playing again. So the $88 million Nick Foles sat, and Minshew came in through a touchdown and a pick,
Threw a
147 yards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, not bad. Honestly, just keep going with Minshew at this point until he starts breaking.
Dude, absolutely, the season's over. What the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing playing Nick Foles?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
understand why they're even doing that.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't get it either. I yeah. And plus, I mean, it looked like he, even if he's not like breaking the world or anything, he's having a pretty good year for a
Minshew,
rookie.
Yeah.
For someone who was literally a no name. Nobody
Yeah.
knew who he was before. Like, keep him going, man. He, like,
Yeah.
yeah, look at this. He's got 24, 32 yards on the year with 14 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. Just keep
Yeah.
playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly,
know?
let him finish it out, see what he does, and then, I mean, next year get like some pieces around everybody, and then he could try Nick Foles again, or at least have like a quarterback competition next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having 2 good QBs certainly isn't a problem if you can afford them both. But right
Work for
now,
the-
why the fuck aren't you playing Minshew?
Yeah.
It worked well for the Eagles, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It worked well for
Foles
the
knows
Rams
something about
with
that.
Blake
Yeah.
Bortles and Jared Goff.
Hey.
Hey, Bortles, 1 of 2 for 3 yards. Big stats
Well
there.
done, Bortles.
He
Hell
came in
yeah.
because this game was a blowout, 34-7, and somehow the Rams scored a touchdown for the first time in like 3 games, passing the ball.
Yep.
Which
Scored 2 of them, actually.
Yeah, Jared Goff, 32-43, 424 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gurley, 95 yards and a touchdown.
Robert Woods
Woo.
targeted 19 times on the
Ooh.
week that I benched him.
Yeah, 172 yards. Holy shit.
Yep.
All right.
On the other side, Kyler Murray, 163 yards and an interception, 19 of 34.
Not what I had planned for this.
No. I started Kenyon Drake over Devontae
Ooh.
Parker. Devontae Parker
Ooh.
got 36 points. Kenyon Drake, I think, got me like 8. So, not a great move. And it was just a bad game. I don't know what the Cardinals were doing.
Yeah. I mean,
They
they're
stunk.
still they're pretty
mean,
weak, right?
I don't
So-
understand how you guys even picked the Cardinals.
They almost beat the 49ers twice. In fact, they
The
should have
Rams
beaten
did
them
not
once.
look good. The
There's-
Cardinals were
there's-
playing at home. They've been
They're
competitive
still
in the division.
Cardinals,
The
though.
Rams had scored a touchdown passing the ball in 3 games.
It was a
Yeah.
totally justifiable pick at the time.
Yeah.
Now it looks ridiculous,
Maybe-
Mr. Hindsight.
Maybe they actually figured out like what was wrong, or maybe the Cardinals just didn't blitz Jared Goff. That's possible.
I mean, the other thing, right, is that like if this game had Kyler Murray having a good day instead of a bad one, I mean, who knows what could actually happen? Because he's a good player.
Yeah.
Again, the Cardinals are a team that's like they remind me of the 49ers of last year, where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they're like bad, but they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of blowouts, the Chiefs blew out the Raiders, which is funny because the winner of this game would have actually been in the lead for the division.
Yep.
And the Chiefs pretty much stamped this as a like, haha, you think you're gonna compete with us for the division?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Man.
Raiders having a rough 2 weeks, losing to us. and then,
Gruden's face during this game never changed. It was just the open mouth, gaping hole of John Gruden waiting for something to happen and then staring blankly at the field.
Well, the first half, it was like college football level dominance, dude.
Yeah.
Mahomes was just
Yeah.
doing Mahomes things, and the Raiders couldn't do a thing about it.
even looking at the stats, it's not even that crazy. Like 15 of 29, 175 yards and a touchdown. Like
Yeah,
nothing
I
crazy.
mean, Mahomes wasn't going buck wild, but the Raiders defense just had no answer for anything that the Chiefs were doing.
Yeah. He did run the ball for 25 yards and a touchdown on 3 carries. Darwin Thompson, 44 yards and a touchdown, and McCoy had a touchdown. So they're just going all over. And honestly, you look at the other side, Josh Jacobs, 104 yards, 17 carries. Derek Carr, 222 yards, touchdown, 2 picks, although I'm sure a lot of that was garbage time. So I don't know, man. The Chiefs are a scary team still. They're a team that they were like the big team last year, and everybody's kind of forgotten about them because Mahomes got injured and all these things happened. But like they can beat anybody, really.
Yeah, you can't sleep on them, especially
got-
with Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say too, by the way, Josh Jacobs, he's a rookie. He's now at 1,061 yards on the year with 7 touchdowns and a 4.9 yards per attempt.
Wow.
And I'm
Yeah,
glad I
still
have
got
him on
over
my
it.
fantasy team.
Yeah, he's actually got more than Dalvin Cook, and we praise Dalvin Cook all the time.
He's
So-
been killing it this year they found like a good running back this
Yeah.
year. So
Well, he's a
that's great.
second round pick, right? Honestly, he probably could have gone first, but nobody takes running backs in the first now, unless they're
Well,
Todd
unless it's,
Gurley
like,
or
top
something.
5,
Yeah.
Certainly not the Buccaneers, coach.
It's certainly not the Buccaneers.
Andy Reid also is now 18-3 in his career following a bye week, which is the best record by any coach by far, which is after the minimum of 10 games since 1990.
Wow.
So you do not want to play against Andy Reid after they come off a bye week.
A lot
Yeah.
of cheeseburgers.
He's
big.
I love Andy Reid.
No, yeah.
You look at him, Andy Reid just looks like a lovable guy. You
I
know?
love the
Yeah. Oh,
memes
yeah.
where it's
I-
like he's got his play calling sheet and it's just a bunch of like fast food items. He's like, kicking out.
I will they Photoshop Jamie Heinemann's head on Andy Reid's body. It's so good.
I just want to mention that wasn't entirely just a fat joke that I made with the cheeseburgers thing. Is that's a saying that he has with his players where he's like, now let's go get some cheeseburgers because that's how they
That's a
end.
very
like,
Andy Reid thing.
Because
Yeah.
he's a fat
It's like
guy.
But yeah, what he does apparently is he rewards players by buying them a cheeseburger. So,
Huh.
and now saying that word that many times makes me really want to fucking.
Oh yeah,
cheeseburger.
dude.
Yeah.
Might order one.
I'm hungry too. Fuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well-
I'm gonna order one right now.
All right. Well, we got the Broncos Chargers, so nothing really happened here. Well, a lot of things happened that didn't matter because they're both 4 and 8 now.
These teams are just so irrelevant at this point,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
There are people getting mad, like the pass interference at the end of the game or something. I didn't actually see it. Listen, with the
Because who
referee,
cares anymore?
with the refereeing, I'm sure it was bad, but at this point, like you get better draft positioning, you're not gonna make the playoffs. Just
quit bitching.
you know.
Yeah.
But Drew Lock actually played this game, his first NFL start. He didn't do too bad.
Oh, yeah.
18 of 28, 134 yards, 2 TDs, and a pick. That's pretty good for your first game.
Yeah, and you know what? I shit on him extensively. I still don't think he's good, like at all.
All right.
So but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. So
Well,
Yeah.
here's 2 very fun facts for you guys.
Mhm.
You're gonna love this.
All right.
First off, all 8 of the Chargers' losses this season have come in 1 possession games. So
Yeah.
if
I
you
was just
could-
about to mention that they lost
if-
by 3 again.
yeah, if you could just score 1 more time, Chargers, you'd be undefeated this
Well,
season.
Speaking of the
Literally
Chargers not
cursed.
scoring, one thing I noticed when the Packers could not do anything against them was they had 5 red zone possessions and they had 5 field goals because they could not score touchdowns. And I was like, wow, if this was like a team that could just score, like we'd be getting blown out. But they just couldn't score in the red zone. So I think that's part of their problem. If I did,
You
take a wild guess.
You didn't let me make my second.
All right, do
point
make
there,
your
Coach.
second point. Yes.
All right. Yeah, he's the coach. All right. So the second fun fact is that all 4 of the Broncos' wins this season have come against AFC opponents. That's it. So if you got the Broncos going up against AFC, got yourself a win there, buddy.
Well, 2 of them were against the Chargers too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Chargers aren't very good, except if they scored one more time. Then they're very, very good.
They did actually almost beat the Bears, but the Bears kicked like a 48-yard field goal to win it, and they did.
They
some
almost
crazy-
beat everybody this year.
Yeah,
you know?
They
That's
almost
like-
win. That's like
yeah.
a constant. And that's the thing with the NFL.
They're
It's like there's a lot of
they're
those.
like the Leonard Williams of teams. So,
Yeah. So Patriots lost to the Texans, as I predicted.
as I predicted as well.
Oh, wow.
I fucking called it. I fucking called it last week.
I don't trust the Patriots offense right now. Like it just doesn't.
Oh, dude,
feel
please call him an underdog.
You know,
Do it
they're-
for me.
well, they're not an underdog because this type of shit they do all the time. Everyone's like, "Is the Patriots done?" We did it like last year, and then they get to the playoffs, and then there's like Brady
And then
throws
win the
for
Super
5
Bowl.
touchdowns. They're destroyed. So, like I said, they save everything for the playoffs, and they just start busting shit out their ass.
But hey,
what-
Tommy still looked good, right? And it was a shootout, and it played out exactly as I said. But anyway, go on.
Bear, what happened in this game? This is supposed to be little brother smacking down big brother. What happened?
No, that's been the story. I think, well, you might have this stat on hand, but this is like the Texans' first win against the Patriots in some time. I think it's like they're 1-11 against us or something.
You've got a
like
mini rivalry, especially with Deshaun Watson too,
Oh, yeah.
because he
Oh, yeah.
2 against you before this game.
So, like, well, what was your original question? Sorry, I don't want to.
I wanted to know what happened here because I was watching that game and the Patriots acted like they didn't even want to be there.
I do have the stats. Beep, beep, beep.
There you go.
January 3rd, 2010, the Houston Texans defeated the New England Patriots 34-27. That was their only
So-
win in the 10 matchups.
Nearly
All right,
a
thank you, Coach
decade
Bott.
ago.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was that
Man.
in Foxborough or was that in Reliant?
That would be in Houston.
No. Yeah, they never
Yeah.
went to Foxborough. But for this game, like, I think, well, a lot of people are saying exposed, and honestly, I kind of agree with them because we haven't really played a team that's been able to capitalize on our weaknesses fully yet, and they did. And our offense is not very good, and we have a lot of new players that Brady hasn't really gelled with. One play in particular really stood out. I think it was a throw to Jacoby Meyer, who was a newer pickup. I think was even maybe undrafted. Let me check on that. Jacoby Myers, undrafted free agent this year.
Jacoby Myers sounds like a law firm.
It does a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Brady had a wide open lane down the sideline to him, so he motioned to him like, go, go, go. And then he threw it that way, but Jacoby just stood there. He just stood there like thinking he was going to throw it to him in the flat, and Brady was livid. He was-
That's the play that Brady was pissed off
Yeah.
about.
And
Yeah.
like you could see it just looking at it too. It's like, oh yeah, dude, why did you not turn and go? That was an obvious opportunity to because like Brady was rolling out, so he had to adjust the play. So it's not like you don't just sit there and freeze at the end of your route.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to improvise a little bit. So
Madden. Yeah.
so yeah, like he was understandably pissed, and then like you could see him over on the sideline, like kind of still frustrated, but like explaining to Jacoby after, we're like, you needed to go up the sideline. So like they're still gelling. It's a brand new squad of mostly untalented people, to be honest. Like folks that are not really on anyone's radar otherwise, which is always what we have, honestly. And it's not really any different from any other year. Edelman is a fucking beast, by the way. How he's so good. I don't get how he's so fast, but he's always able to get where he needs to be. He actually might be like a Hall of Fame receiver for real.
One thing
But-
I noticed is like the power of like a quarterback having chemistry with his wide receiver, especially like a veteran quarterback. Like even with Rodgers, he had Jordy Nelson was kind of like his Edelman, like forever. They would be like always on the same page of like, I'm just gonna throw it up, and like, oh, he's there. What do you know?
Yeah.
Like they were always just on that. And then he lost him, and then Cobb went to Dallas. That was another guy he had chemistry with. Now it's just Adams. So it's like when he doesn't have Adams, he is able to build chemistry. That's why Lazard actually plays a bit more, because he was like forced to play with him. So he's like, all right, I guess I'll play with you guys. Because I remember earlier in the season, Valdez Scantling was supposed to do something, and he just did the same thing where he like went off, and Rodgers just like screaming like, just run the fucking route, and then it's like, so it's
No, that's an excellent point though, because it's like night and day when you look at the difference between Tom throwing to Julian and like people like James White versus our new pickups like Jacoby Myers and Philip Dorsett and what's the other dude's name? The rookie N'Keal Harry.
yeah.
Like it's just not the same. They're just not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I think part of that is you practice and you know the guy. So it's like, if you know he's not where he's supposed to be, you're probably like, oh, I think he's going to be going over here. And you just wing it up there and see, like, oh, yeah, he did do that because I know him so well. But, like, it's, you build that
Everybody-
bond.
And I imagine, like, look, the Patriots game plan and and playbook is probably among the most complicated in the NFL.
Yeah.
And and look, they expect perfection at all times. So it's gonna be hard for new players.
We're way over 3 minutes, but I just wanted to say that everyone's talking about how the offense has been exposed. I think the more harrowing tale of this game is that the defense has been exposed, because the only two losses have come up against pretty much high octane offenses. They lost to the Ravens and now the Texans, both with very mobile quarterbacks and agile receivers.
Mhm.
So the defense of the Patriots worries me more than the lack of offensive production.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't even paying that close of attention to that, but that is probably a valid point. Like we didn't really have well, honestly, Gilmore is still Gilmore. Like he shut down Hopkins pretty well. He had a decent game, but he didn't really get much
Oh,
done.
my God.
So
They
we
have a
got-
problem. They have a problem containing mobile quarterbacks. That was the
They do, yeah. That's
Why
the
is
thing.
big
that-
point.
You can definitely see the difference between like the 49ers approach to the Ravens versus ours. You can tell that the 49ers have a lot more speed on their side of the or on their defensive side, so that helps them a lot in that regard. We don't really have that speed.
Not
I,
counting the game against the Cowboys, by the way, because the offense did look terrible in that game.
I just had a flashback. I got PTSD flashback to
Uh-oh.
the 2003 NFC wildcard Packers versus Falcons, where Michael Vick just like shit on us because we just didn't know how to stop him. And it was just like we were 12-4. They were 10-6 that year. It was man, I just remember being like, here we go, guys. It was 24-0 at halftime. And I was just like,
So you guys came back and win, right? Because that's what happens against the Falcons in the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's what everybody does.
It was Michael Vick that game, 13 of 25, 117 and a touchdown. Running, he had 64 yards. Wow, they had Warwick Dunn. Oh my God, that's a name.
Yep.
Brett Favre, 20 of 42, 1 TD, 2 picks, 242 yards, 54 rating. So not Brett Favre's greatest showing. Yeah, it was a bad game. Sorry, I was thinking of like Lamar Jackson playing in the snow, because I'm like, oh, he'd have to go like Foxborough or something, or like play in the snow. And then I remembered that game was in the snow, and then it just all kind of it all just PTSD'd it.
Turns out they can still run.
Yeah, we're
all right.
oh,
Well, anyway, we had the final game.
Wait, one last thing.
All right.
One last thing.
You go.
Okay. It's just funny to remark, because remember at the beginning of the year we were talking about how this was like the best receiving core that the Patriots had, and that all crumbled away
Yeah.
by the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Rob's the one who has to go, not me. I just want to make that.
Well,
point.
me and Bear actually.
Yeah.
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 So yeah. Seahawks over the Vikings 37-30 in the Monday night thriller. It actually was a pretty good game.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. It was not a fun game to listen to Booger McFarland.
That's
But-
true.
None of them are.
None
Except
of
for
them are.
Popeye's biscuit one.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
Did you know that Booger McFarlane, I linked this, said that the Minneapolis Miracle was a play that went against the Vikings, which really wouldn't make any sense from any standpoint. It was either way. I tuned in for parts of it. I didn't watch the full thing, but whenever I tuned in, it looked like the Seahawks were just making crazy plays, and I was like, this team is scary. And the weird part about the Seahawks is it feels like they're still not a complete team. They're just kind of like playing with a lot of energy and effort and just doing all the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
There's so many good teams.
Yeah, there really
This
are.
is gonna be a fun playoffs, I hope, because the past like 2 playoffs have not
yeah.
been that great.
What was that one year the playoffs was like 2 backup quarterbacks against each other?
Yeah.
It was like the Texans and somebody.
Now that Rob and I are officially done with our teams for the season,
Yeah.
which has been pretty much us since like week 3. But
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we can.
Rob
can
was
start
week
looking
1.
forward-
Yeah, week 1.
Oh, yeah,
that's
week
true,
1. That's right.
We can start looking forward to watching like actual good football games now, Rob. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, no, it's good. I keep the Jets now. Like as soon as we started losing to the Bengals, I was like, oh yeah, this is a loss. I knew it was gonna happen, but I was just like, oh yeah, no, that's it. And it's like, oh,
Time
let's
to go
just put
play
on,
some Halo.
yeah, let's put Red Zone on full screen and then have that
Yep.
on the side on mute.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, let's get to.
All right. Well, hold
yeah,
on. We have to talk real quick about Kirk Cousins, who's now winless on Monday Night Football.
Winless coach O and Oper.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you guys can't stop.
He
Can't
can't.
stop.
Well, here's the thing. He plays the Packers in 2 weeks on Monday night, and part of me's just like, God damn it, we're gonna give him the win. It's gonna happen. It's in Minnesota. It's God.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's whatever. Yeah, the biggest thing came out of this was Dalvin Cook looked like he got hurt. He took a shoulder injury hit when he fell,
bad.
and so that's not good. He says he's fine, but it's one of those things where you wonder, like, is he just saying that because he was going to grind it out towards the end of the season? Stephon Diggs also rolled up on his ankle. He says he's fine, but he also only had 25 yards receiving, so watch out.
And here's another one for your boy Favre, coach. Russell
Yep.
Wilson now has tied Hall of Famer Brett Favre's for the most home wins in a player's first 8 seasons in the Super Bowl era with 48 home wins in
Wow.
8 seasons.
That is very good.
That's pretty elite company, coach.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of elite company, where are the elite NFL power rankings?
That's right, coach. Here we go. NFL power rankings this week will mark as a historic week for many reasons, but probably my favorite power rankings of all time so far up to this point on NFLPowerRankings.com power ranking ham rankings. So here we go. Top 5. Rob,
Patriots.
start us off. There's no way that you all are going to get this right unless you cheated.
Patriots.
Yes, Bear.
Ravens.
That is correct, Bear. Coach.
I'm gonna go with the
He's gonna take off again. Someone tape him to his chair.
Saints.
Yep, Robert.
Oh, you bastard! I was gonna take the Saints. Ooh, I wanna say that it is the Seahawks.
Yep, Bear for the dunk.
Okay, you set me up to fail here because you said it. It's got to be the 49ers.
That is correct. You all obviously cheated, so good job. It is going to be the Ravens, the Seahawks, the 49ers, the Saints, and the Patriots rounding out the top 5. We'll get to we'll get to the rest of the top 10 because I want to skip straight ahead to the thinnest dink and the fattest doink Bear. Now, I'm gonna give this one to Bear first because I have a feeling that no one's gonna get this, but I want Bear to have like the highlight in case if he does. Bear, the team with the thinnest dink, the team that has risen the most for the first time in Power Rankings history. You get 2 guesses, Bear. I'll give you 2 guesses. This team is certainly a team.
Dude, I only need one.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills.
You should probably take a second one.
Damn it. The Tennessee Titans?
That is incorrect. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Whoa.
The Bucks have risen from 27th to 25th, or 27th to 22nd, rising 5 spots like
Wow.
the Bucky Bruce Jesus himself, and are still not in the top 20. Now, here we go. This is that. So that was one half of my favorite parts of this week. Now, Coach,
Yeah.
the fattest doink, the team that has fallen the most in this week's Power Rankings on NFLPowerRankings.com Power Rankings. You get 2 guesses, Coach. This team is also certainly a team.
Oh, I know it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the AFC West teams, but I don't know which one. But if I had to guess, I'd say the Raiders.
That is incorrect. You get one more, Coach.
Is it the Chargers?
It is the New York Jets.
I knew it!
Oh,
I knew
my
it!
God. I didn't even realize.
The Jets have been usurped by the Buccaneers, dropping 5 spots, going into the Buccaneers' previous 27th rank.
Dude,
falling
that's a
from
beautiful
22nd.
dink doink combo right there.
I told you. That's
That
the
is-
reason why this is my favorite week of all time.
That's
So
wonderful.
Congrats, Rob. We get to share yet even more similarities besides our voice. Now, rounding out the top 10 really quickly because we got to get to pick'ems because these guys have
Yeah.
got to go.
I gotta eat.
Yep, the Packers finishing off at 6th place, rising up from 7th. Bear, true or false? The Texans are above the Chiefs in the power rankings on NFL.com power rankings, still in the top 10.
Oh man, good one. Let me go with false.
That is incorrect. The Texans have leapfrogged the Chiefs to number 7.
Oh.
Wow. Placing them below the Patriots, who they just got done beating, as well as the
They're
Packers,
2
who are
games
9 and
behind
3.
them, though.
Yeah, the Chiefs stayed at number 8. The Vikings somehow are still in the top 10 at number 9. And then the Bills in the top 10. Now, finally, Robert, this one's for you. True or false? The Cowboys, your Dallas Cowboys, are still in the top 15 of the NFL Power Rankings on NFL.com Power Ranking.
Absolutely.
That is correct. The Cowboys are still ranked 14th, despite being 6-6 and falling 3 spots from the 11th to 14th spot. Topping notable teams as the Raiders, who fell 2 spots, the Colts, who didn't go anywhere somehow, the Bears, who have inexplicably risen 4 spots, and the Browns, who are now down to the 18th spot by 5 and 7. Chargers still rounding out 19th, and the Panthers at 5 and 7 are ranked below the Chargers at 4 and 8 and 5 and 7 respectively. So that does it for this week's legendary power rankings with the fattest doink and the thinnest dinks. Congrats to the Jets. Congrats to the Bucks. I hope you all burn in a trash fire. Back up to Coach. Dun-dun-dun.
Well, now that we are getting to the final weeks of the season, I thought we'd quickly look over the NFL playoff picture.
Playoff picture.
Oh my God, that was like old man yelling at a cloud.
So
So
like TV for a second there. When
oh boy,
Thank you, Rob.
turn
no
on
problem.
your record players.
Joe?
It's me, Joe Biden. So right now the Ravens hold the 1 seed, the Patriots hold the 2 seed, both at 10 and 2. The Steelers would be playing the Texans as the 6th seed and the Texans 3rd seed, and the Bills would be playing the Chiefs in Kansas City as the 5 and 4 seed. The Titans
Those
are
easy picks.
oh. What?
I'm just saying those are easy picks for me. I got
yeah.
no problem. Picking.
The Titans also game back of the Texans for that divisional, and they're tied with the Steelers for the wild card. So that might be doing some swapping in the coming weeks. And who knows, if the Bills get on fire, they might even be the 1 seed. Yeah.
I would be just blown away, but I honestly might enjoy it.
It would be very interesting to see the
That would-
Patriots have to come. God damn it. No, because no, fuck that. No,
No, it's good. No, keep saying it.
No, because I know what will happen is if the Patriots have to come in through the fucking wild card and play 4 games, they are going to convince themselves that they're the fucking underdogs and win the whole goddamn thing. I no, they
They'll
need
just
to win
be
the
like,
division.
they don't even get to play at Foxborough. The road doesn't even go. And then they just like win every
Yeah.
game on the road.
It's the best part about being a Patriots fan. Even when we lose, we win because everyone's like, "Don't say anything. No one say anything."
In the NFC, you got the Saints and the Seahawks up at the top. Then you got the Vikings, who'd be going to Green Bay as the 6 and 3 seeds, and the 49ers would get the dangerous trip to Dallas to fight the Cowboys. Now,
Hey,
if
by the way, the Saints are automatically into the playoffs now. Their first
Yeah.
team.
oh
already
yeah,
locked.
first team
Mhm,
locked in.
Yeah, the
a
NFC South is trash.
Yeah.
In fact, the NFC is practically set. Aside from like the Rams can still sneak into the wild card, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
Otherwise, we pretty much know who's in.
otherwise, yeah, it's kind of just positioning. The
Well,
crazy
besides
thing
the
is,
NFC East nonsense.
if the Packers can win out and the Seahawks keep winning ahead of the 49ers, we'll actually get a bye. It's possible. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I'd rather not have to play the Vikings for a third time in the season. And then
Yeah, but it's Kirk Cousins in the playoffs, so you won't lose.
that's true. The 49ers, that's actually, the 49ers could be a wild card team. Like, how wild is that? Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild, coach.
It's wild.
You've really been on this character for a minute.
And then,
Wow, they should print that on a card.
ironically, the Eagles, who are 3.5 games back, because they don't even have the tiebreaker of the wild card spot, are a game back of the division and are still playing. In fact, the Buccaneers have the same record as the Eagles. Let that one sink in. If the Buccaneers were in the NFC East, they'd be competing for the division right now.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So with the Jets.
So the Jets, although
That's-
a little worse,
Yay.
they're 4-8. And that's the NFL playoff picture. We're to pick them. First,
No, now you go pick 'em, pick 'em.
pick'ems. All right. First pick'em of the week. Let's make this a better week than last week. Cowboys Bears.
Go Bears.
I think the
Bears.
Cowboys want this game for the division. Like, if they don't win this game, I gotta go Cowboys. Mainly because I gotta root against the Bears. But I feel like the Cowboys gotta win this one, right? Like, they need this one.
Dude, I bet the Cowboys lose this game and still win the division. That's my prediction. For
They
this
win the
season.
division at like 7-9.
No, lock it in.
could
That's
have.
what's going to happen. The Bears will win, and then all of a sudden the Cowboys somehow still win the division.
Dude, like it literally would not be the first time a 7-9 team made
Yeah.
the playoffs. So
I know
Seahawks
an
did it
8-8.
recently.
That wasn't an 8-8 team.
yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
was
happened
an
a couple of
8-8 as well,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't pick the same team that Bear picked, so I have to pick the Cowboys.
All right. Colts Buccaneers.
Give me the Bucks. Fuck it.
So the Buccaneers, little fun fact, are 1-4 at home, I believe. So I'm gonna be going Colts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Colts too, but I think that's just mainly because I think their defense is gonna pick off Jameis Winston a lot.
Yeah, that's what happens. I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts.
All right.
Hmm?
Ravens Bills.
This should be a good game.
This actually will.
Could
yeah.
be a playoff preview.
Yep.
Mhm.
I want the Bills to win, so I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah,
I
I'm picking
actually-
the Ravens.
Win too.
I want the Bills to win too, so I'm taking the Bills.
I do want the Bills to win, but I think the Ravens will win.
I'm gonna take the Ravens. I still like. I expect that they can make it through, but this is also another one because like their defense is so good that maybe they can shut down the pass and the run at the same time. I don't know.
But their
So-
offense is not as good as the Ravens.
True.
That's the reason why I'm picking the Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, you should. It's gonna
Yeah.
be the right choice, but I'm just.
Maybe.
going
I'm
with my
really
heart here.
hoping it's like a snow rain type of game. It's just
Could be.
another
I mean, this
like-
is
Buffalo
basically like-
is likely.
yeah.
This is like Cam Newton versus Michael Vick is what this matchup
Yeah.
is basically. So it'll be interesting.
It'll
for
be
sure.
good. Then we got the Lions and the Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vikings.
I'll never pick Detroit again.
Yeah. Packers Redskins.
Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, I'm taking this one. I can't even see this as a trap game.
Nope.
You're gonna lock in the Packers, coach.
you go.
Whoa. Very
Uh-oh.
nice.
I need to like. I mean, my locks have all been cursed, but I feel like even that can't curse this game.
Yeah, I can't see Dwayne Haskins beating us in Lambeau Field.
No.
I can't even imagine it. So when I see it happen before my eyes, I might have to like bleach them.
I
And
think
has
that it will
playoff-
prove that Sinvicta's locks are cursed beyond anything
Yeah,
else.
it might.
Well, this season, last season I was fine.
Yeah.
This season has been just god awful for mine. I mean, I locked the Jets, Bear. Fucking Jets.
You did.
It's almost always, or it's almost entirely on you.
Yeah, that's your fault, really, more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Broncos.
Are you taking the Broncos?
No, they're playing the Texans.
Did you get trapped underneath a boat motor or something? What happened?
Give me the lock on the Texans for this one.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll be taking the Texans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Texans.
Yeah.
Oh boy, 49ers and Saints.
Another barn burner.
Yeah, this will be a good game.
I think the Niners are going to destroy them.
Really? I
Yeah.
think the Saints are gonna win this one.
Hmm?
The Saints look sloppy against the Falcons. The
Yeah.
Niners are coming off of a tough loss to the Ravens, who they almost beat. Give me the Niners 100% of the time.
I agree with Sinvicta completely.
I'll be going with the New Orleans Saints.
Let's go. I don't know, man. I just think Drew Brees is gonna have the edge over Jimmy G's.
Yeah, that's what I think
all I'm gonna
in New
say.
Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
All
Not
right.
happening.
Okay. Bengals Browns in
Go
the
Browns!
Sad State Bowl.
Go Bengals.
Dude,
Bengals.
give me the
Whoa.
Bengals absolutely here, man. Andy Dalton is pissed off, and he just showed it in that first game against the Jets.
Well, I'm taking the Browns because I don't.
You guys don't understand the meme potential of the New York Jets. This game has nothing to do with the two teams playing it. This game will be the Browns winning this one simply because, of course, the Jets are going to give the Bengals their only win on the year.
oh yeah, I mean, okay, that's a
Yeah,
good reason.
That's
actually.
true.
I'll take the Bengals though.
All right. Panthers Falcons.
Oh God.
Panthers.
I think the Panthers new coach. They'll probably have like one game, like kind of woo, and they'll win and then lose some more. So I'm gonna go Panthers.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going Falcons.
Whoa.
Dirty
Okay.
Birds.
The Dirty Birds
Yeah.
always play the NFC South super hard. They almost beat the Saints in a wacky run,
That's true. And they did
Yeah.
beat them the other week.
but the Panthers have a brand new head coach, so that's how I'm justifying this win.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Dolphins at Jets.
Can we have like an actual pass? Or, like,
just
we just, like, say we
don't pick.
Yeah, can we not pick
No
a
one.
game?
Yeah, everyone refuses to pick on this game.
Here's the
do
thing.
that.
I agree. Yeah,
Let's just all
that's
pick a
fine.
tie. Just all pick a tie.
Honestly,
All right, yeah, it's gonna be a tie.
I think the Dolphins are like they're on fire right now, man.
Yeah,
like
and
they're
it's Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's absolutely gonna spank us because it's memes.
Yeah.
So it's the I'm picking the Dolphins here.
I'm going Dolphins. I don't know how they're doing it. They have like a
have
ragtag
fun.
team of like 5 real NFL players and then like a bunch of misfits. And they're just
Yeah.
doing it somehow.
It's like the Sandlot of the NFL.
Yeah, they really are. They're like even like they've played some teams close, honestly. Like, you know what? And the Jets had CJ Mosley go out on IR. So I'm going Dolphins.
Yeah.
Jets.
If I have to pick, I guess I'm going Dolphins because I don't trust the Jets.
There you go.
Fair.
And I've never picked them for anything.
Thank you, Bear. By the way,
Yeah, you got it.
Chargers, Jaguars.
Chargers to lose by 3. That's my pick.
By one possession again.
You know what? Actually, no. Jaguars. Gardner Minshew. Minshew.
Yeah, I'm
magic.
going
It's not-
Minshew Mania again. I'll take Jaguars.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Chargers.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah. They might.
Yeah.
They'll either let you down in a fantastic Charger way, or win.
Mhm.
That's usually how it goes, Coach.
Yeah. Chiefs, Patriots.
Give me the Pats.
Yeah, Pats at home.
I'm taking
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna-
Chiefs.
It could happen. I definitely. I mean, obviously, but like,
Mm.
I'm taking the Pats because
All right.
especially if it snows. If it snows in Foxborough, like there's no way. There's
That's
no
just,
way.
it's like a fucking. I would be very curious to see what the stat is on that because Tom is amazing in December. He's amazing at home and he's amazing
Yeah.
in the snow. So like, I think those three factors combined might result in like a 52-0 record or something like that if you look
Yeah.
back at the last few years.
And if we're talking about people with like, you know, permanent chips on their shoulders, like Tom Brady just lost last week. He's gonna be fucking furious.
Yeah.
Like
He's already mad. Like,
Yeah.
he's playing angry already. That's kind of why we're holding it together in the first place, because everyone's afraid to let him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta speed it up because these guys gotta go.
All right.
Mm.
Then we had the where am I?
Titans.
Who am I? Titans Raiders.
Titans.
Tell you what, I'm locking in the Titans. I'm on the
Wow,
Titan train.
shit.
Titans are rolling.
doing shit.
Yeah. Raiders have gotten blown out a few weeks in a row. Derrick Henry's rolling. Titans are rolling. I think they're going to take it.
Yeah, this is a
true.
must win for the Titans. So
Yeah.
They have a good run defense too, right? And the
Yeah.
Raiders, like,
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Steelers, Cardinals.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to take
I'm so hungry, Krendor.
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers. Why not?
yeah, I want to pick the Cardinals, but they're not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Rams.
Lock in the Seahawks.
Yep.
Ooh, I'll take
Lock
the
the Hawk.
Seahawks.
The
Lock
Seahawks
'em
have
in.
to win this. So
Tell you
Yeah,
what, the
Seahawks.
Rams have to win this too.
They both got to win. Yeah, it's a big game.
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
the Rams aren't as good.
they won't.
They aren't. But have they played already?
The Seahawks and the Rams.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have.
Probably.
Rams or Seahawks. I just got 30-29.
Yeah.
The Seahawks one. Oh.
It's
Um,
close.
That's close.
Hawks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks still.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Yep. And Giants, Eagles.
I guess Eagles.
I
That was nice,
honestly
Bear.
don't know at this point. I guess
Bear had
Eagles.
that one queued up.
I did.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles.
Yeah. There's absolutely no way.
This is
they
the
win
least
this game.
excitement for a game. yeah.
And Booger McFarland's going to be
Yeah.
casting.
Oh, man.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
I
not
can't wait
tune
to
in.
see the Reddit post that says least tuned into Monday Night Football broadcast in the
Yeah.
last 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the week after, we got the Jets Ravens on Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
Oh
Can't
my
wait for
God,
that
that's
one,
gonna
Coach. It's gonna be a humdinger.
We're going to
Oh,
get
man.
shit on so hard. They're
Can't
gonna
wait for
shit
Lamar to
down
get
our
benched
throats.
for the second half again.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be great.
brutal.
But they lost to the Browns, so you never know.
That's
Yeah.
true. Except they're not gonna lose.
No,
to the
you know
Jets.
what? Again, full memes. Jets are gonna win against the Ravens. That would
Yeah.
be. That would just be fucking hilarious.
That would be funny. Hey, I'll watch the first quarter of that one. We'll see. So hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe on YouTube, follow all our Twitters, follow all our things, do all the stuff. And I think that's it. I don't know.
Baby
Don't skip the ads. Watch those ads.
Yoda is really cute. He drinks some tea.
What? I don't know what's happening. Goodbye.
Baby Yoda.
I think he's broken. All right, I'm stopping this.